Assalamu alaikum dear students. Today I'm going to teach you a poem that's Sympathy. So my dear students, open your book at page number 61. Dear students, this poem is written by Charles Mackay. In this poem, the poet describes the incidents happened with him. The central theme of this poem is to promote moral values like sympathy among human beings. Okay? Now let's read this poem. I lay in sorrow, deep distressed. My grief a proud man heard. His looks were cold, he gave me gold, but not a kindly word. My sorrow past, I paid him back the gold he gave to me, then stood erect and spoke my thanks, and blessed his charity. I lay in want and grief and pain. A poor man passed my way. He bound my head, he gave me bread, he watched me night and day. How shall I pay him back again for all he did to me? Oh, gold is great, but greater far is heavenly sympathy. I lay in sorrow deep distressed, my grief a proud man heard. His looks were cold, he gave me gold, but not a kindly word. Once the poet was in sorrow. He was depressed. He was injured. He was very upset. A rich man heard about his problem. He heard about his sorrow. The rich man gave him gold. But he did not utter a word of kindness. He did not utter a word of sympathy. His looks were cold. There was no sympathy in his eyes. Okay? My sorrow past, I paid him back the gold he gave to me, then stood erect and spoke my thanks, and blessed his charity. When the poet recovered, when his sorrow passed, he paid the rich man back his gold he had given him. Then the poet stood erect. Erect means straight, and thanked him and blessed him for this help. I lay in want and grief and pain. A poor man passed my way. He bound my head, he gave me bread. He watched me night and day. How shall I pay him back again for all he did to me? Oh, gold is great, but greater far is heavenly sympathy. The poet was again injured. He was in pain, and at this time, a poor man saw him in this condition. The poor man bound the poet's head and he gave him bread. He watched him night and day. He took care of the poet until the poet got well. How shall I pay him back again for all he did to me? Oh, gold is great, but greater far is heavenly sympathy. The poet concluded that gold is great, but far greater than gold is heavenly sympathy. Indeed, sympathy is greater than gold or money. Sympathy is such virtue of human being that can never be repaired by anyone. So that's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.